Good morning, everyone. Welcome to North Dakota Today. I'm Kristi Larson.
Wait. That's how you're going to start the show?
Here with Chris Berg.
Skol Vikings. Dun, 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 dun. Unbelievable. Did you watch the game?
I watched the game.
Thank you. It was absolutely amazing because everybody around here knew at 17-0 in the first half, you're like, here we go. This was way too easy. Vikes are going to do something.
And then the Saints started pulling through, and you were like, what are you doing, Vikings? What are you doing?
But you knew that was going to happen. You're like, that first half was way too easy. Something's going to go awry in the second half. But you never thought they're going to give up a 70-point lead. And then you're just like, oh, the torture of being a Vikings fan. And then the Minnesota Miracle happens, and I was like jumping up and down.
I thought it was going to come down to a field goal, and I was like, uh-oh, if this is a replay of, what was it, 98?
It was so funny, too, like on social media, people are like, oh, I'm shedding a tear right now. I'm crying, and everyone was going nuts. Welcome to the show. We got a great show in store for you. Yes, we will talk about the great Minnesota Miracle. I still think football. Think about this weekend if Carson Wentz was playing against the Vikings.
That's what I was saying, too. I said, it's a shame Carson had to get hurt because it would have been really fun to see the Eagles play the Vikings with Carson, but then you have Thielen. So you wouldn't know who to cheer for because you wouldn't really, but then again, you wouldn't really be mad no matter who won or lost. So we'll continue to talk about that. But coming up on today's show, we'll tell you how one run is bringing awareness to domestic violence. And also, we've all made those New Year's resolutions. We're going to talk about how to stick to them. But obviously, there is a lot of winter weather that people need to know about this morning. So let's go over to Justin Fanfarelli.
And thank you, Chris and Kristi, and good morning, everybody. Let's take a look at what we're looking at right now. These are the current advisories. We do have a winter weather advisory in effect from, say, Cass and Clay County up to the north because of the blowing snow that's getting on the roadways and reducing visibility. Out toward our eastern counties, a wind chill advisory, a wind chill warning in effect for everybody else. Wind chill warnings, and these are all into effect until noon, by the way. The wind chill warnings means that frostbite can occur within 10 minutes. Now, here's a look at our Valley News Live Storm Team Skycam Network shot in Fargo. This is a look at I-94 at University. This is about a quarter mile away from our station. As you can see, you can just see just over a quarter mile before you start to get lost in the fog and the blowing snow. And also the blowing snow is coating the roadways, so definitely be aware of that, especially in the on and off ramps. Here's a look at the temperatures around the region. We're at 10 below right now in Fargo, 13 below at Jamestown, 8 below Wahpeton toward Detroit Lakes. Devil's Lake, an air temperature right now 16 below and 13 below at Thief River Falls, with the winds mainly 20 to 30 miles per hour, gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour. They have picked up in the last few minutes. So let's take a look at those wind chills. We're at 42 below at Crookston out toward Candu and Devil's Lake. Other places, we're seeing a 40 below wind chill at Jamestown, out toward Cooperstown, into Lakes Country, wind chills 30 to 40 below zero. And that's, again, that's capable of producing frostbite within 10 minutes. There's your quarter-mile visibility in Fargo. Not much better into the northern valley, and a 3-mile visibility at Devil's Lake and Jamestown. That's where they're seeing the worst of the blowing snow. Now we have high pressure up to our west, just like it was to end last week. But we are seeing a low pressure to our east, and that's giving us a very strong northerly flow from the Arctic, keeping temperatures down, temperatures staying where they are as we go through the afternoon, close to 10 below zero with another frigid overnight period. The good news is to wake up tomorrow, the winds will be dying down, but we're going to see low temperatures 15 to 25 below zero, we'll say, and we're finally getting into a southerly flow tomorrow. So some of the temperatures are actually above zero for tomorrow afternoon, but not today. We're going to see blowing snow, windy conditions, 9 to 12 below zero into the southern valley, 5 to 10 below into Lakes Country. These are air temperatures. Wind chills could be about 20 to 30 degrees colder, 5 to 10 below into northwestern Minnesota, and 10 to 15 below as you make your way into the northern valley and Devil's Lake Basin. We do start to warm it up, another frigid overnight, but 3 below your high on Tuesday, mostly sunny Wednesday, high of 20 and near 30 on Thursday, partly cloudy. Another slight chance of some snow showers Friday into Saturday. Friday, a high of 33, but falling temperatures through the weekend, all the way down to 10 for Sunday with mostly cloudy skies.
Woohoo! At least we're above zero.
It is just shockingly cold today and tomorrow.
It was not fun. We were up on 19th, Justin, where the road had closed, and poor William was standing out there in the freezing cold, and I was in the car like,
go, Willie!
Good luck getting video. Oh, well, thank you, Justin. Hey, in case you were wondering what's new on the Fargo CW, if you love superheroes, you want to make sure to tune in tomorrow. The premiere of the CW's latest superhero show, Black Lightning, is right around the corner. The series premieres tomorrow after the Flash mid-season premiere. So definitely something that you might want to check out if you're one of those superhero fans.
Hey, Omniscient Tony, wasn't there an old show where a guy was a basketball coach called White Lightning?
Oh, look at you guys.
Wow. So there you have it.
White Shadow.
Oh, my bad.
Not White Lightning.
Also coming up, the Monster Jam. Christy's going to be there, I believe, the Friday of. Triple Threat Series is coming to the Fargo Dome. You get a chance to win a couple of ticks. Just go to valleynewslive.com or ndtoday.tv. Here's the great news. Each winner that we choose is going to get 4 vouchers to a Monster Jam show, either, I believe, Friday, February 2nd, or
ticket giveaway. So each winner is going to receive 4 tickets to the event at Chester Fritz Auditorium in Grand Forks. Now that's going to be on February 8th. So you just give yourself time to get yourself registered online for the Monster Jam. Then you go and get yourself registered for this as well, ndtoday.tv or valleynewslive.com. Okay, we have to talk about it. It's what everyone's talking about.
Exactly.
We're sorry if you're sick of hearing about it, but I couldn't get sick of hearing about it.
No way. You can't
even
get
when
sick
I
of
heard
this.
it run 5 times throughout the morning show this morning.
So before this play, what were you thinking when you were watching the game?
I was thinking, should I finish this game of solitaire or should I watch the last 10 seconds of the game? That's honestly what I was thinking because they were making me so mad. I had to not look at the screen, so I was playing solitaire on my phone. Jaren's mom, so we were over at his parents' house. She was so mad during the 4th quarter. She refused to sit down until like the last 2 minutes of the game. She's like, fine, I guess I'll watch a little bit. Because she was getting so upset with them in the 3rd and 4th quarter. And this happened. What were you guys doing? What were you thinking? Weren't you thinking like, oh, crap?
Oh, I just was setting myself up. Oh. Have you seen the best video yet where they have this play to the Titanic theme song?
Yes.
It's so great.
And I love his face too. I love that Keenum's even like, oh my God. And I was listening to Kyle talk about it lots of times this morning because he's a huge fan. And I agreed with him. I was like, we were watching the clock and we were like, there was 4 seconds when he had made that catch and landed 2 feet in, and we both, I mean, we thought at the Connor household, Kyle was saying, we all thought for sure, oh, you got to get out of bounds. But then when no one was there and he just took off, he didn't go out of bounds, and then he ran it in for a touchdown. It was just amazing. And I give props to that Saints kicker who had gotten hurt in the beginning of the game and stuck with his team the whole time and even ran out at the end to make sure that they had some players out there on the offense.
That was a big deal. Now, I'm sure many of you saw on social media, I had people sending me videos of their response after the game. I think we've got a little montage of that. People were crying in the stands. It was unbelievable.
Well, some people were in Minneapolis, but not at the game. They were out cheering on the basketball game. You know, they were out cheering for the Timberwolves. They were cheering for the Wild. And so they were playing them on the video boards. So even Vikings fans watching other Minneapolis sports were cheering on for the Vikings. I just think it's so awesome that we just have, woohoo! We just have a chance. Now, predictions for going into the Eagles game.
It's going to be a close game, but honestly, last night, like right away when they won, I tweeted out, it's destiny. It just feels like destiny finally for the Vikes to be at home on their home field for the Super Bowl.
It'd be so cool.
Carson Wentz unfortunately goes down, but fortunately for the Vikings fans, helps the Vikes. So it just feels like they've got a destiny on their side. They're going to go in and upset the Eagles.
I think one of my things I thought of was, and I'm sure this didn't go through Carson's head because he's not selfish, but it'd be nice if the team did go to the Super Bowl when he was the quarterback so that he could say, like, I attributed to this Super Bowl game. And not to say that people on the sidelines don't attribute to the games, because they do. They encourage them. They help, they help put up that tough practice and stuff so that the players can go out there and
Well, now when they come off on the sidelines, you know Carson's going over to Nick Foles because you always see him with their little iPads. He's going, hey, dude, here's the coverage. Here's what you should be doing. So You know he's helping out. And Alex and I were talking about this. I mean, I hear you, but yet what they had, the Eagles this season, it's like lightning in a bottle.
That is true.
So if you can get there any way you can. Take the ring and strap them on again next year.
I think in this next game, I'd be happy with either team winning, but I'm obviously going to root for the Vikings. Also, my dad would be really mad if I didn't root for the Vikings. And their win wasn't the only one that people were kind of keeping an eye on, the touchdown pass. There was also a bet that happened. Did you hear about this?
No.
Okay, so getting into the spirit of things, they had Senator Amy Klobuchar made a dessert-based bet with the Louisiana Senator John Kennedy on the Vikings game against the Saints. And so had the Saints beat the Vikings, Klobuchar's office would have had to deliver Kemp's Purple Power ice cream to Kennedy. And that's a purple-colored vanilla ice cream filled with chocolate footballs, which sounds delicious. I feel like we should have some out here. It was created specifically for the bet. But since they won, Kennedy now has to deliver a king cake to Klobuchar, which I don't know what a king cake is, but if she needs help eating it,
we can help her out.
I'll help her eating it. Apparently, Omniscient Tony says it's from Mardi Gras. A baby Jesus baked into the cake? What? Oh my gosh, that sounds crazy. I wish we had a picture of that.
Thank you, baby Jesus.
Thank you, baby Jesus.
You may need a little baby Jesus help, to get in the Super Bowl and win. So.
And of course, a lot of people have been cheering on the Vikings even before their win last night. Some people doing a special message from Detroit Lakes Public School for the Minnesota Vikings and their hometown hero, Adam Thielen. So let's take a listen. Well, they had encouraged their hometown hero and alumni ahead of this NFL playoffs game. Good luck. And then you can see lots of kids supporting number 19, which I think is awesome.
Speaking of Adam, he had an incredible game again last night. He had a catch on the drive of the field goal that was unbelievable. He doesn't make that catch, they don't even have a chance to kick the field goal to go up. So it just feels like one of those years.
My heart's still racing.
I know. It's just like we're gonna pull this thing off.
As soon as he started running to the end zone, no one was sitting down except for Jaren's dad. I think he was just like frozen. But Jaren, he was so sad when it was down to that 10 seconds and Keenum had just missed that pass. You know, they're going into this is kind of your last chance. And Jaren was like laying on the floor like, oh, this is so disappointing.
It was just the torture being a Vikings fan.
Was petting a dog, and Wendy and I were sitting on the couch all cranky. We're mad at you. And then all of a sudden that happened and we were all like,
I know. Just like jumped off the chair, the couch,
I was doing
whatever.
lots of jumping and screaming. And I love too, and it wasn't in the video, but even Keenum afterwards, he didn't know where to run because he was so excited. Did you see that? Shock. He was so shocked. He ran down the field and then he ran back to hug another teammate and then he ran back downfield. I just thought it was just so funny. I could sit and watch that video all day today. Hopefully the bosses don't come back to my desk.
Did you hear, Paul Allen, the radio announcer?
Oh, I love Paul Allen's reaction.
His response was great.
I think that was, went right away onto Twitter to look for it, and Kyle Bosch was one of the very first people who had retweeted someone who put it up online.
Oh, nice.
And and that's what he's calling it, the Minnesota Miracle. Everyone was super excited about it.
Oh my gosh. He was just going nuts. We can't see Diggs. Where did Diggs go? He
was down in the locker room. Bye.
All right, we got a great show in store for you. Coming up, why you need to run to help victims of domestic violence. We'll show you how you can help out with that. Plus, Kylie Seifert here to give some tips on your New Year's resolutions.